Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to be learning how to cut this senator shirt. Like, this is the basic senator shirt, just the cutting, not how to make the design or anything, just how to cut it. So this tutorial is going to be showing you the do's and the don'ts, and this is a very simple thing to cut. So just stick with me to the end and let's get into the video. The first thing you want to do in cutting your senator top is to take your full length measurement. That is your top length measurement. In this tutorial, I'm using 39. Then when you mark your measurement, you're meant to take 2 inches for your folding allowance. So whatever the length is, you add 2 inches for your folding allowance. So after doing that, the next thing to take your shoulder measurement, divide your shoulder by 2 and mark it out. Then you go down by 2 inches. This is not how you cut female clothing, where you go down by 1. For men, you're going down by 2 inches, and this 2 inches is for slanting, because your shoulder is not straight. Every human, we are slanting, so your shoulder, you have to slant it. So for men, you go down by 2 inches and then you slant to the beginning of the fabric like this. So these 2 inches, note that in every measurement we are taking from this armhole, we are taking the 2 inches with it. As we continue with the tutorial, we are going to understand, because the back, we are replacing the same 2 inches we are cutting off. It is going to make sense. So now I want to take my armhole measurement. You can see where I'm putting my tape rule. I'm taking it from the beginning. That 2 inches where I minus before, that is where I'm taking my armhole from. You're going to understand as we continue this video, so please watch to the end so you can get better understanding on what I'm doing right now. So I'm taking my armhole, which is 9 inches. I'm taking it from the beginning because I'm still going to put the back on top of the front. So now just roll out that line. I got my 9 inches, and then I'm going to measure my shoulder on this line I just rolled out, which is the armhole line. Connect it the same way we do our normal basic pattern. Connect it together. The next thing you want to do is to take your chest measurement. You're taking your chest measurement on this armhole line that we just marked. Take your chest measurement plus 1.5 allowance. You can take 2 inches, that's fine, it depends on you. So now this is the full length and our allowance. Won't take the opening. You could have noticed in your senator, there's always this opening where the guy can put his hand inside his pocket with ease without any problem or having to take his whole shirt up, something like that. So I take 12 inches plus the sewing allowance. I take 12 inches. So you just measure 12 inches from the beginning of the fabric to wherever 12 inches stop, and then mark it together. That is what I take. You can take 10, you can take more than that or less, that's fine. And also for my measurements, I take, instead of taking my waist measurement, chest measurement and hip measurement, I just use the biggest part of the body. Some people have bigger tummy than bigger chest. Anyone is fine, just take the biggest part straight down. I don't take one part more than one part. I don't know if that makes sense. So if someone has a big tummy with a normal chest, maybe the tummy is bigger than the chest, you're going to use the tummy measurement for the full body, just like the way I'm taking my own straight. I'm not taking any, because for a guy, you don't need to take your waist measurement so the clothes will not have one kind of curve. That is old school. You can just take it straight, your big measurements. So for this particular outfit I'm making, the client's measurements, the chest is bigger than every other part of the body, so that is why I'm using the chest measurement throughout. When I make that opening with the 12 inches, I took the chest measurement there also, which was 11. I took 11 inches plus 0.5. So now this is the armhole curve I'm going to make. You're going to get the midpoint of your armhole. Don't forget to start your measurement from the beginning. That 9, get the midpoint, which is 4.5 from the beginning, not from where the 2 inches slanting is starting from. Then you connect it from your armhole, the normal regular armhole we used to do. Connect it from the midpoint, go in by 0.5 and then connect it. So now this is for the neck. So the neck I'm working with is 20 inches. So I took it 3 by 3. I took 3 for the length and 3 for the height, for the wideness. I would advise, if you're using a neck of 18 inches, you go in by 2.5 and then come down by 3 inches. That will give you 18 inches. But if you're working with like 20 or 18 or more, then you can do what I just did now, 3 by 3, and that will give you what you need. So yeah, the neck is nothing serious. So after connecting that, you just cut it out. We're done with the front piece. So it's nothing serious. This is how your front piece should be looking like. We've taken our full length plus the allowance, then we took our shoulder measurement. You go down by 2 inches because it's a man, then connect it to the beginning of the fabric. Measure your armhole from the beginning, not from the 2 inches, from the beginning. Measure your armhole, then you connect it, you get your chest line, then you take your chest measurement, which is the biggest part, your chest measurement plus your 1.5 allowance. You can use 2 allowance, anyone you are used to using, that is fine. For the opening also, I went up by 12 inches from the beginning of the fabric, not from the allowance. If you want to do from the allowance, you can go up by 10 inches because we added 2 inches for the allowance, so 10 inches will also give you the same thing I got. If you want to make your opening bigger, that's fine. So on this opening, I took the same 11 inches I took on my chest. I took the same thing there, and you can see how straight it is. I'm not shaping it, I'm not giving any waist or anything, so I will not have issues when my client wants to wear his outfit. So then you get your midpoint of your armhole, go in by 0.5, and then you connect it from your chest measurement, connect it down to the 0.5, and then connect it to the 2 inches slanting. So this is basically everything you need to know about cutting the front piece. Cutting the back is not so hard. It's just to place the front on the back, then you do the necessary, go down by 4 inches and all that. But just stick with me, I'm going to get to that part. But this is all you need to know about the front piece. So now I cut it out already, and this is the back piece. I placed my front on the back already, and you will notice something with my back. I have this like space here. This is what I do most times. I sew stripes fabric. So if I'm sewing something plain, you can do it if you want. This is just what I feel like doing. It is not compulsory, but you are still going to understand what I'm trying to explain. Just imagine this extra 2.5 I added at the back is not there. So but if you are using a stripes fabric and you also want to do this, then you can add 2.5 at the back to give that design that we used to see, that has like hole at the back, then space and all that. So yeah, you can add this. But if you are not using, maybe, or you just don't want to do this design, that's fine. Just scrap this part, this 2.5 out. Just imagine it's the same thing. So now I placed my front on my back, and I marked 4 inches from this shoulder part. I marked 4 inches up, 4 inches up, and it has to slant the same way the front piece is slanting. The back has to slant also, because that is how it's meant to be. Since you're measuring 4 inches, it has to, like, it is compulsory. And this part that is straight is just the design I was talking about, so you can ignore that if you're not doing the design. So this is how you're going to cut out the back. Just place that 4 inches, just fold it like this, just the same way I'm doing. Fold it on the front piece, and then that is all. You just have to trace it out. You trace the front piece out. So it is very, very, very simple to understand. Mark out your 4 inches on the shoulder, then you just place it like this, and that is all you cut out. But this is how it is looking like, and then we're going to come back to the neck when I finish cutting out. So this is what I was talking about when I said we are still going to replace that 2 inches back. So after cutting out your back, you should put your tape rule like this to confirm that 2 inches like we minus. You can see the 2 inches is back already, and our armhole is complete. So just imagine you started your measurement from that slanting. You're going to have like 11 inches, which is going to be too much. So that is the reason why we start our measurements from the beginning. And also you can notice I did not go in by 0.5 at the back, because you're not meant to go in by 0.5 on the back, just at the front. And on your sleeve too, you're going to go in at the front by 0.5. So yeah, you just trace it down to the opening. Also trace that part too, and leave out that opening. So at the back, don't forget, if you're not doing this design, you can just cut your own the same way. So now it's time for us to cut the front, and let us get into the parts. So for the front, we just mark the neck, but we did not cut it out. I like to cut my back neck with my front neck together, so I'm going to like get a clearer view of what I want to do. So I just connected that same chalk I connected from the front, just connected to the back, and then cut it like this. Just cut it the same way I'm cutting mine. Note that the back in this video is going to be extra long. It is because of that 2.5 I want to use for the design, but that's not going to affect anything. Your back is still going to be the same thing. So I'm just cutting it like this and following that circle I made at the front. Sorry, I said circle. The mark I made for the front neckline. So this is how it should look like, and you can just make like necessary trimmings, which is that 2.5. So I'm just going to trim it out to be like kind of straight, and then it should be curved like this. This is how to get your neck. So after doing this, just confirm the neck circumference. I'm working with 20, so once I put my tape around, I should have like 10 inches because it is folded, so times 2, that's 20. I'm just marking this out to know where I'm going to start my measurement from, so you can know that this line is where the design starts from. So this is how it should look like after cutting your neck out. Don't start from the beginning if you're not doing this design. So now it's just going to look like this. Just cut it straight and then curve and continue with the chalk you marked for the front neck. So now I just want to measure my neck to confirm if I have 10 inches, because if you don't have 10 inches, you can easily trace it again. Like just cut out a little piece of what you have on your neck to make it whatever you need. I need 10 and I don't have 10. That's what I'm doing now. I had like 19, so I'm just trying to like reduce a little, or increase rather. I have to like cut out a little, and then I'm going to confirm again. So as you can see, I got my 10 inches, so I am good. If I did not get 10, I was still going to like trim it out again. So you have to get like what you need. So I got my 10 already, and then that is all with the front piece and the back piece. Like that is everything you need to know, everything. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. So we've come to the end of this tutorial. If you have any questions, kindly drop it for me and I'm going to answer you. Thanks for watching. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be expecting you and seeing you in my next video. Bye.